Our Craft Your Life podcast is full of gems. I love to listen to Jen and all of the podcast guests share their life experiences, crafting tips and unique stories while I craft. Some funny moments have stood out to us over the years of the podcast running, and we wanted to share some of those laughs with you all. Here are 10 hilarious sayings from the Altenew Craft Your Life podcast.
It's a tiring week hosting a retreat, but what would be your favorite moment every time when you do a retreat?
Yeah, I mean, favorite moment, honestly, will be when it's done, but
Some people would love opening up an envelope full of glitter.
So I know what kind of birthday card Jen's getting this year.
No.
Now I feel inspired to dye my hair pink.
Do it.
My hair girl will not allow it. Because, she just won't allow it because I think that because my hair is so naturally dark, I would have to bleach it and then do it pink. But I love your hair.
Thank you so much.
Remember when it was 1999, and we thought that the whole of the computers and everything was going to crash. I told my kids about this the other week, and Archie just looked at me and he was like, "No, Mum, no." we were all so scared.
Everyone was so concerned. Yeah.
We thought the clock was going to tick over. The clock was going to tick over, and that was it. We were done. No more internet.
I think it's very important to have that little bit of me time, and it really keeps me sane.
Yes.
I really say that. I think my crafting and my music, they're like my psychologists.
Your first word is jelly.
Oh, man. Oh, that's an interesting one. I'm trying to figure out crafty word jelly.
It can be a weird, around the block way of getting to crafting. One thing can spark to something else. As long as you land on crafting, you're good.
Well, I've always been super jelly of Jennifer Maguire style. I love her. That's my girl. I love her.
And I started, making cards for Altenew twice a month. And then I think 1 or 2 months later, I noticed that Altenew doesn't have Instagram. And I asked her, "Hey, Tasnim, why don't you have Instagram? And why is Altenew not on Instagram?" And then Tasnim asked me back, "Why don't you manage an Instagram for us?" Mm-hmm. And I said, "Of course."
Yeah, I took French through high school. I took it while I was living in Germany. And then I just carried it on into college. And then I said, why am I doing this? And
So you went from being an incredibly talented kid to being an incredibly talented teenager to now being an incredibly talented man. I don't know, that sounds weird.
Thank you. Yeah, my brother was joking with me the other day, and he was like, at a certain point, you're gonna have to take your age out of your Instagram bio, because at a certain point, that's no longer
no one cares anymore.
Right.
All right, so the game is the random word generator, and I'm going to just get a random word that I don't know what it is either ahead of time, and your job is to come up with the first thing in your head based on that prompt, but it has to be card making, crafting, fine arts, artistry by Altenew, or Altenew related. The first word is fine.
Fine liner pen.
Ooh, that's good. I was going to say fine arts. Nabila, you got anything?
Oh, I was just going to say beautiful. That's what came out.
Aren't those clips fun? Having these laughs makes me want to go back and listen to all of the episodes again. Which podcast episode was your favourite and why?
Hello, crafters. Jen here.
For more tips, techniques, tutorials, and to discover which paper crafting products are right for you, subscribe to Altenew's YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Thanks for watching.